Gira Girasol, haven't you joined the Sunflower Club yet? You're missing out. There I make exclusive predictions that will knock you off your chair. Yes, really hot ones. Everyone who subscribes to the Sunflower Club gets a 20% discount on everything that Cigana offers. 20% discount on consultations and yes, priority in scheduling. 20% discount on signature analysis and on mandalas of light. And you have access to another ritual that I only do for those who are part of the Sunflower Club. No censorship, no ads, and you really stay ahead with predictions for Brazil and around the world. So, I'll be waiting for you in the Sunflower Club, and you really will be surprised. With the peace and blessing of Saint Sarah and all of us Roma people. Look, I am Cigana at the start of this week, this Monday, bringing predictions and revelations through the sphere of light that only brings the truth. Thanking each of you who allows me into your home, who trusts your Cigana, who leaves a like here, your constructive criticism, your suggestions for videos. To each of you who help us through this QR code here on the screen with any amount, for our rescued animals, the animals that we keep rescuing. Yeah, this morning I'm filming later because, well, Cigana is busy rescuing kittens, pregnant ones, and those with babies. Oh, look, any help is very welcome. Truly, to each of you who allow us to keep helping and make this channel grow and reach more people, thank you so much, and may you receive it back threefold. In peace, love, health, and blessings in your life. Wapcha, last Friday, thousands of cell phones went off. With the warning, the alert, right, from civil defense. With the word misanthropy. Well, this psychic didn't wake up. Because this psychic always has her phone on silent. Besides that, when it's not on silent, it's on airplane mode. And this psychic has fibromyalgia, so I take really strong medication. I didn't wake up, but my son, who's autistic and 10 years old, he woke up desperate. And he went to wake me up. He shook me to get me to wake up. He was having a crisis because of the message, because his phone rang. He woke up. Then my husband came. He was all worried, thinking because up until then he hadn't checked his phone. He thought the building was on fire because the neighbor's building had caught fire a few days ago. Almost having a heart attack. I looked at both and told them to calm down. Did I make any prediction that something was going to happen in the last few days? No, so calm both of them down. But it was hard to calm my son down in crisis. Countless other people fell into despair. All over Brazil. Because of this, I'm so sorry. De alerta. Very similar, except for the word bisotropia, which for those who don't know, means hatred of humanity, or that there was an alien attack, or that anyway. First, sunflowers, you know that I work for the truth and for the light. And when I decided to start this channel, it was to show you the true face of real psychics and of the light. It's happening out there. I can't even talk about this. It's just so unbelievably huge. I don't know what's obvious there, and honestly, I don't even care to know what's obvious. She must be getting paid by the left, right? To bring all this despair to you. Be careful. We have a lot of false prophets when it comes to psychics, pastors, everything. Wake up! Okay? that during the national team's game, people say the player, I don't know, is going to be abducted. Stop it. Ah! No, don't allow it. Don't let them try to underestimate your intelligence. We're not going to be abducted. If they have to abduct someone, they'll come abduct Lula, right? But anyway, okay? They're not going to abduct anything. The fortune teller shares predictions. Anyone who follows daily from Monday to Friday knows what will happen. And especially when it's politics, much more sensitive topics that the YouTube algorithm doesn't allow me to talk about here because they take down my videos. In fact, when I made a prediction about the alien story, they took down my video. And when there's something hotter, it's over at the Sunflower Club. People are already ahead there. I would be the first to let you and my family know. All right, so more. What could this bring? I'm going to do a general reading. They're saying they've already found the hacker, that it has nothing to do with civil defense, with the system there, right? I'm going to take a look around. And please, all the so-called experts, respect my channel. Because I don't do any research. I want to know who said it, who talked about it, who didn't. Here, these are predictions through the sphere of light. Always accurate. I'll do a general reading on this. To see if we'll have others. To see who's really involved. Everything. For you, in detail. Through the sphere of light, with your permission, with 2 decks. So, like this, regardless of whether it was a hacker or not, or someone inside the system or not. This guy, look, I'm against it, totally against it. But a creature like that shouldn't even have been born or had the chance to evolve. Because look, how many people have suffered a panic attack? It's among autistic children and teenagers like my son. Because of clueless people who have nothing better to do. Who are angry at humanity. We're going to see why you're angry at humanity too. I'm going to read on everything. Are you angry at humanity? Okay then, take a firework, stick it up your butt, and set it off. You know, but no one has the right to make people desperate. God knows how hard it was to calm my son down. Among other people. The building was in a panic. We have few residents there. The whole of Brazil wants to receive this alert. For God's sake, go find something useful to do with your life. Because you're unhappy. All right, you didn't do this. But let's go. Let's do a reading for everyone, and I'm going to read on everything here. Ready? Yes, I'm upset, not just for my son, but for everyone. We're used to getting constant alerts from civil defense. So we can plan and not go out when it's going to rain because it floods, because of this, because of that. And a lot of people think it's an attack on indigenous law that the world is ending. My son just woke me up and said, "Mom, are we going to die?" I was like, huh? Because it takes me a while to start thinking clearly because of the strong medications I take. Besides, I sleep very few hours. I only sleep about 4 hours a night on average. So when I'm asleep, I'm in a deep sleep. We're going to die, Mom. Hold me. We're going to die. What is this, guys? We're happy to go through everything here today, okay? Even if you take down my video. So save this video, because today, regardless, I didn't want to take this to the club. Today, I want everyone to watch. It's very important. I asked the spirit guides to use me as an instrument through this Gypsy Oracle deck. To bring precise and objective predictions, complete and general revelations, please. They fell, actually. About this false alarm from Civil Defense last Friday, the 19th. Please, everything that can remain unrevealed, use me as an instrument. So it is, so it will be. Thank God. Bye. When they look, they say it's all chaos under this government. The cards end up like this. Does it have anything to do with it? This goes in the center. When a card falls, you know it goes in the center. Let's go. I ask the spirit guides of light to use me as an instrument as well through this other gypsy deck, to bring predictions, revelations, prayers, and objective insights about this false alarm from civil defense. Or from a hacker anyway. Please reveal everything to me. Use me as an instrument. That's how it is, and that's how it should be. Thank God. Bye. Both decks. The energy is so dense. The candle, I didn't put the candle up here today because I had to turn on the fan, since I have to keep the windows closed, right? You can see that the windows are closed to minimize the street noise, barking dogs, those little things. So I have the fan on, and then the smoke comes toward my face and I start coughing. But look at this. Look at this. Okay? Extremely dense energy. And the candle over there, the smoke from the candle is black and billowing, black and wavering. Look here. I'm shuffling the deck. I can only cut two here since I already have my center, right? Let me give a quick message to those of you who took part in a walk of light last Tuesday. And then, the feedback is always given by me, okay? I usually give it in writing. In some exceptional cases, I give it as an audio message. Why? Because I'm undergoing treatment, right? It's in my throat and it's been going on for a while. The treatment is delicate. I've lost a lot of weight, you can notice, right? It's not darling, okay? But anyway, you can see I sometimes get hoarse. I'm trying to save my voice a little. Okay, so I type all the feedback. And usually when I can't do it during the week because of how busy I am, I do it on Saturdays. But on Saturday it was my son's party, a Festa Junina. But I paused during the Festa Junina to rescue a cat. A mommy cat, because the weather was changing and it was about to rain, was on the roof. They're already with me, right? This little kitty. And there are two more mommy cats with kittens to rescue. Anyway, I started giving feedback yesterday at 10 p.m. and my cat wouldn't get off the laptop. I managed to give some. I still need to give the others. They will be delivered today. I appreciate everyone's understanding, okay? Light mandalas are no longer offered on Saturdays. And yes, every Tuesday. Okay, let's go. I apologize as well, right? For the delay in delivering the feedback. I also faced some unexpected situations at the shelter this week. For dogs, right? I don't have a cat shelter yet. I want to start one, but it's still expensive. Because we don't just rescue any way we want. The animal is put in quarantine. All the tests are done. And then it's neutered, vaccinated, and dewormed. Every animal we rescue comes in really hurt. So they go through veterinary treatment. It's all very expensive. And I don't just take the animal and throw it in the middle of the pack. Otherwise, they'll kill each other. Everything is kept separate. So the cost is very high. I still want to have a shelter for cats, which is Sigana's dream, but I don't have it yet. So when I rescue, I have to pay for foster care. I have to pay the rescuer anyway. Everything has a cost, right? It's not just food. Veterinarians and so on. When I say something, I prove it because I show you the cards, and the cherry on top that I'm going to give you today will be why this person issued this warning of hatred toward humanity. But from what I can see here, this goes beyond. I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you that this went beyond a joke from an idiot who has nothing better to do. Huh? First, I want to make it clear to you that this will happen again. Not exactly with the word misanthropy, misanthropy with a 4 at the end, right? Instead of an A, the number 4. But it will happen. Another warning. What was done was not just a mockery. Or something. Unnecessary. And criminal. And cowardly. From someone who has nothing better to do. No. It goes way beyond that. Here I have it. In this deck, the House of the Snake. In this deck, in the same position, I have the House of the Rats. I need to say that this dysfunctional government has a certain involvement in this. Or you can see that they're involved up to their necks. What do you mean, Gypsy? I have here the House of the Key in both games. I do. The Wheel of Fortune in both games. In other words, one game confirming the other. The House of Books. And above I have the House of the Fox. The fox asks for caution and for us to pay attention. Books, if not, what else comes? House 20 is a sign that it will happen soon. In other words, it won't take years to happen. Now before the elections. The House of the Fox. But the other warning that will come will really be a warning that will shake things up. Not with you because you've already watched the Gypsies video. And it won't affect other people you share this video with either. Because those who know me, who follow me, can be sure that before something happens, I make the prediction here. Okay? Another alert will come out and shake things up further. But as if it was something related to water, to floods, to flooding, to tsunamis, House of Fish. Calm down, we'll get there. Here I have the House of the House, which has double representation here. I'm coming. What I see here in this reading through this energy is not a random hacker. But I see and I affirm. I also have House 20 here confirming it. That it is indeed someone from the inside. From in there. Who has nowhere to put their hatred for humanity. They hate the right wing. What are they going to make me see now? What exactly am I seeing here? It's being despicable, male, who's always like spreading peace and love to everyone and humanity. Like Che Guevara's red shirt. And who was paid and paid very well to do this test. And this test, the purpose of this is to see how the population would react by removing the team that issues the alerts, the civil defense, from the equation. Especially the chief, to get him out of the way and blame it on a hacker. No, it came from the inside. And it was someone who was very well paid for it. The chief has nothing to do with it. The chief doesn't want him to know, of course. But the guy who did it, that's what I'm seeing. He's a big shot who came out of a federal university. His brain is this big, the size of a little olive, maybe even smaller. But he did really well, you know. Yes, it is. Che Guevara's shirt. That's what I saw here. They'll claim it was a hacker and people will believe them. Well, they believe that an abduction is going to happen, right? In the middle of the World Cup game. Guys, please. I would never deceive you. That's why this channel grew. In 5 years, we surpassed 1 million subscribers. We have over 10 million followers across all our social media. And it wasn't by buying media, no. On the contrary, I'm right-wing, you know? It was through hard work, really. Before believing anything, watch the content from the group, Sigana, because if there's any warning I need to give you, I will. Okay? I don't just believe in anything. All right, back to this. So this house confirms it for me, that it came from inside there. Not that the whole team knew about it. The boss didn't. But the former student from a federal university who has an olive-sized brain, he was paid by someone from inside this disastrous government to issue this test. Because there's another one coming. And write it down. It's coming. Something very strong to destabilize people. And this could happen on election day or just before. Okay? House of Birds and House of Paths. Okay? So, this new warning, it won't be the same. Maybe it's a sprout because this incompetent government buys. People who are no good, people who are bought. They couldn't buy me, so they went after the psychic. I'm glad I have you all, and I have the Sunflower Club to keep bringing the truth, and I won't stop. Okay? So more alerts are coming. More alerts at the decisive moment. Decisive or at a delicate moment. From what I see here, there are more people involved. House of Alliances. And it does have to do with it, yes. To destabilize people. In relation to the day of the vote. So there's another alert coming. You write it down, false alarm, and nothing is going to happen. All right? Sigana assures that nobody will be abducted. Right? I already said they could abduct Lulis, right? They could. All of them, right? Your untouchable holiness, blah, blah, blah. Who's over there, right? Hey, they could abduct all those folks over there, right? No, but no one is going to be abducted, okay? And no disaster is going to happen. Emitted from here, through the waters. Hold your horses, okay? This will only stop. We will be attacked. From what I see here, Brazil. It will be attacked by several types of. This excuse for a government is desperate. He's shooting in all directions. So, they need to destabilize people. There will be more warnings. Don't fall for it, okay? But it's related to rains, like torrential rains, or tsunamis, something related to water. Wait, okay? This will only end after the elections. But we know that after the elections, we will have the good news. Because this rotten government will be far away from being in control, from being in power. It's over for the Workers' Party. Good, that's what it's about. Don't forget, leave your like here as a thank you. For today's video, share and save this video before they take it down. Share your ideas for tomorrow's video in the comments. Tomorrow, Tuesday morning, I'll make mandalas of light. In the afternoon, I rest. And it's always at night that I film. Always at night. So, I kindly ask you, please, don't forget to leave your video suggestions for tomorrow here, okay? I give all of you my blessing as a seer, the protection of our Mother Santa Citaria, our patron saint. May she cover each of you with her mantle. May our Almighty Father in heaven and our Master Jesus be present in the home, in life, and in the heart. And in the actions of each of you. See you soon with that prediction of falling off the chair over at the Sunflower Club. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click here in the information box of this video. Or in the first comment pinned in blue. You just have to go there. The price is really small, you subscribe, and you stay ahead of the forecasts. From Brazil and worldwide, predictions no other psychic has made, all right? See you soon over at the Sunflower Club. Stay in the light. Let there be light. Kiss from the gypsy. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Wapcha. Ah.